Well, hello friends. Today is Thursday the 23rd of April. And even though on iDos we're getting ready to go for a cruise, a little trip with some family members going to Santa Maria, one of the 9 islands of the Azores that we have not been to. And of course, the weather has been horrendous. And tomorrow's not going to be that great. Up to now, the wind has been favorable in the sense that it was heading from north to south, and I got to go south. Well, it changes tomorrow on the opposite. So we'll be going against it, but at least the winds will be much calmer. I mean, because it's been in the 40s and 50s. 40 and 50 knot winds over here yesterday, and today is a little bit calmer. So today we probably need to go for fuel. I'm going to try to go to the fuel station if the wind allows me to. Well, I know it's been ages. Yep, it's been ages since I posted anything. And of course, that's because things have been uneventful, other than normal iDos repairs. And Fatima says, I don't do well videotaping repairs because of my foul mouth. She says I have a sailor's mouth, and with good reason. Yesterday, I did something. Back up a little bit. The problem didn't start yesterday, but the problem's been showing up. The last couple of sails that we did, where my helm on autopilot would work beautifully, and it would turn left, right. But when I would bypass the autopilot and I would try to turn it, especially to the left, it would not want to go. It would turn to the right, but then it would get stuck going to the left. So if I would trip it back to autopilot and go with the 10 degrees minus plus whatever, again the helm would turn freely, and every once in a while it would stay free that I would be able to turn it left after that autopilot initial rounding. So looking it up, the answer was not straightforward, but after thinking about it, I realized that the gears that are inside that motor that makes it turn must have been worn out, and they were somewhat jumping when I was doing it with the helm, where the autopilot, that little sprocket is what's driving it. When you're doing it from the helm, it's opposite, if that makes any sense. So the gear was probably jumping the teeth. So anyway, yesterday I told Fatima, perfect project for me to film. And she's like, you don't do well because you swear too much. Well, it's no wonder. I had to fit my body in a hole that was not made for my body to fit in. And even though I'm a small guy, but I worked. Okay, so I don't know, the camera knocked off. But anyway, those 4 bolts in there, and I cannot possibly reach both the top and the bottom. One hand on the bottom, one hand on the top, and feeling for it. It's one or the other. And I had a hell of a time. So yes, a few F-bombs came out of this. And I was inside this hole, twisted around the pole with my head on the back side of the wall, because that's the only way that my head could be there, and my arm reaching in on an awkward position to get those nuts out. So anyway, I was so proud that I was able to get it, replace those gears, and get the drive back in place minus the washers. I could not, and so I left the washers out. That's minute. There isn't a lot of up pressure. There's only lateral pressure on that, forward and back, and even that is minute. This is very easy, free spinning ram in here. So anyway, I was able to get it in. So I was patting myself on the back. Good job. Well, yesterday, because I had to unwire, once I got that out, I still had to open this up, unwire a few sets, and I took pictures, I numbered the thing, so there would be no issue, and it's actually fairly straightforward. They're all color-coded, and all the wires are in same colors as what's in the owner's manual and everything else, so it will have blue, red, white, yellow, white codes to where the wires go. So anyway, I was able to wire it back up, get it all together, and the last thing I had done on the boat was I had the electrician over here, which is good. I had him do an EMA 2000 to the network over here and rewire pretty much everything underneath here and on my nav station, and he got everything working. AIS communicating out here, so I was so happy. But one thing is, I never really did turn on the autopilot because I haven't gone anywhere ever since. So after working on that, I wanted to verify that the autopilot was working fine, and well, the autopilot was not working fine. It's not working fine on the head unit over here. It's on standby, but 000, it does not correspond with the heading that the boat is facing at. That's supposed to be reading 190 roughly as a heading, but it's not reading that. And then if I go to auto, it says no comp. It's a common thing. So I verified that all my wiring in there was okay, and it's okay. I mean, it seems to be okay. So I'll have the electrician come back and verify that. But all the wires are in the right place. I took pictures. I verified the pictures to the way that it was wired. Everything seems okay. Well, I ended up opening up the compass, which is under there, and couldn't see anything wrong there. So my thinking was that it was either the wiring that I did yesterday or something inside the helm. So anyway, but while he was working in there, it lit up. It's like, whoa! The autopilot just kicked on. By the time I finished saying it, it was off again. So I was like, oh, that's odd. So again, he's working in there, nothing, and all of a sudden, again, it kicked on. So he pulled the wires out, and he did his own test and all that stuff. And upon further examination, what he realized, which I didn't, is where the shielding, the outer skin that held these wires together, when whoever did the initial work cut it with a knife around that skin, happened to nip into the wires inside of it. This had a piece of the shielding over here, but I pulled it off and I lost it. But anyway, what it did is it had cut some of these wires, like I said, where they cut the shielding. This wire, the metal inside of it is completely cut. So as he was wiggling in there and moving it, it would make contact, and that's why it would show up on the autopilot. So anyway, he snipped the wire off at this point, stripped off section, made new strip ends, plugged it in, and everything is working great. A little thing like this, which was working fine before, I touched it, and now, as you can see, it did not work. And that was not the only wire that was nipped. I could see the bare wire, the bare copper on the yellow one, so that caught that. You see the cut on the green one, right there, so that showed up. And the only one that I didn't see any cut going through it was the blue, so it must have been in the middle. But those three were on the outside of that skin, and like I said, once they cut it with a knife or whatever they did, it nipped the three wires, the red one especially. And this is the wire that comes from the compass, the internal computer compass that tells it which way am I facing. Now that compass does not rotate at all. It's actually interesting. It's like a weight hanging on a pendulum inside of this dome, and like I said, it hangs in there, and that sends the signal. So it doesn't even rotate to the side. It's like the boat is facing this degrees. That's always fixed north, I guess, and I don't know how it works, but that's what it is. Well, anyway, yeah, so sorry again for the long delay on not uploading videos, and you know, it's kind of, life has been, as much as we've enjoyed being in San Miguel, it has we have extended our stay, I think, and not to say that people don't like it and we still don't love being here. We do, but I've had enough with this weather. You know, the winter was long enough. The rocking in here has been relentless, and we are in July 9th, I think. I don't know. Week of July 4th. So here we are on July 7th. It's still somewhat cool out there. The air is a little bit cool. You know, I'm wearing a t-shirt, but it's a long sleeve. And if I go out there, I would roll it down. But I'm in here and I've been working, that's why it's rolled up. And the sea state has been not desirable. I mean, we are constantly rocking back and forth. And, you know, and you know, I've had enough. It's rough sleeping at night. You know, there's this constant creaking, you know, and constant motion. Well, hello, my friends. Today is
May 10th.
May 10th.
Festa de Santo Cristo.
That's right. One of the biggest feasts over here in San Miguel. Probably on all the group of islands. It's celebrated. People come from all over. The Portuguese community come from Canada. It's okay. They come from Canada. They come from the U.S. To celebrate this feast. And so, let me show you what's going on. It is pouring out here. You guys are soaked.
Mas não pode usar.
Vem criança.
Vem criança.
Eu tenho uma questão. Vocês
Well, Palma decided to feed some chicken to the fish. It's not chicken of the sea. Wow, I can't believe it. Plenty of scup, and I don't know what else is around us. But they're having a feast over here. Well, here we are. But a very, very busy day for the marina. A lot of boats arriving today. They've been arriving for the last couple of days for regatta. And they came from somewhere in the Caribbean, went to Bermuda, Fayal, and these arriving actually went Fayal to Terceira and are pulling in onto Ponta Delgada. They are really filling up. Huge, huge boats. So these were the flag, that flag up from the regatta. This one over here.
Somebody's gonna be very pleased.
This boat is huge, super wide. Who needs a catamaran when you got a deck like this? Beautiful. Yeah, a lot of boats pulling in today. This one over here just pulled in this morning. One over there at the end. And they've actually been moving boats around to open up these spots for this, in preparation for this regatta. I think they're expecting like 30 boats to come in.
Hi, Joe.
Hey, but you know, I know some of you follow me on Facebook. And Facebook, I do normal updates on what's going on over here in Ponta Delgada. So, you know, even though I'm not doing videos, but I do regularly update. I wish some of you would join me on Facebook as Rebel Turner. Just look me up. I'll put a link on the thing for my Facebook page. And you know, but anyway, the odd thing is that Privilege is not a high production catamaran company. You know, Lagoon, Leopard, and Fontaine Peugeot, you know, those are high production. So the odds of you seeing multiple Privileges in one marine are a little slim. They're not that great. You will see several Lagoons, you'll see several of these other boats that are made for charter quite a bit. But on this marina, these past few weeks, we've had quite a lineup of Privileges. Of course, mine's. My neighbor over here, which is a local, and he's here year round, so he's side by side. He's got a 49 footer. So that's a Privilege 495, 435 on mine's. Then the 495 has a twin that just came in, and he recognized me from Facebook, the Privileged Catamaran group. So he's on a 495 over here. Beautiful boat. Spoke to him. His name is Mike. Really nice guy to talk with, and very friendly, and has offered me a lot of information, and has offered me if I wanted to go on board and check out the boat. You know, I feel guilty about stuff like that, so I haven't. But anyway, he's got a beautiful setup over here. Nice color scheme. So that's 3. And I don't know if the other one is still here. Yep, the other one is still here at the end, which is a 5 series, and it's the newer style. It's when they stopped making my style, the Allure, something like that style, and they went into this style right here. Well, thank you for watching, as always, and soon we'll have some great news and huge news that will get us recording on a regular basis again, because we are leaving Ponta Delgada, the Azores, and we are headed to some nice destination, and final destination will be back in Florida. But we will stop in Madeira Island, we will stop at the Canaries, we will go across the Atlantic, we will do some of the Caribbean before heading home. And home, well, you know, it's Florida, but Florida is pretty big, has a lot of waterfront. So, you know, we will go Sarasota, we will go Key West, we will most likely do the Bahamas, we will go up to St. Augustine, we might go up all the way up to Massachusetts to see some of the family who live over there. So I'm looking forward to next year's adventures. All of this will start taking place sometime in September, October. That's when we should be heading out of here. And then the adventures will continue from October till whenever. So, thank you guys. Thanks for watching. And we'll see you very soon. Don't forget to hit a like and give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't.